Ryzen 3rd Gen and the new Radeon RX 5700 series has finally launched. It was a historic, awesome moment for PC gamers, content creators, and tech enthusiasts alike. While only a little less significant, updated Ryzen APUs also launched, these using the Zen Plus architecture from Ryzen 2nd Gen, not the Zen 2 architecture from Ryzen 3rd Gen. However, improvements are improvements, and this still translates to lower prices for Ryzen 2nd Gen parts and better performance for the Ryzen 3rd Gen parts across the board. It is a really good time to be a PC gamer or PC hardware enthusiast. It's nice to see AMD get back just about to its former glory. When I built my first PC, it was right around the time, rather it was right before the time, AMD launched the Athlon 64 series, which are legendary in their own right. My Athlon XP 2500 Plus system with a Radeon 9500 Pro was a historic build for me, needless to say. And AMD only got better from there. Now, the massive lead that they built up after the release of the Athlon 64 series was great. They led for a good solid couple of years, right up until Intel finally struck back with the Core 2 series. At that point, this is around 2008, it was back to Intel for me. Oddly enough though, one of the GPUs that I ended up pairing with that Core 2 system was a Radeon 5770. So it's pretty cool to see the 5700 series make a comeback when that was one of the systems or one of the parts that I used in a previous system. Obviously it was, what did they call that architecture back then? Terascale, I think, but all good. So AMD bringing back new high performance CPUs and really good value and performance GPUs is really bringing things back for me, especially with that 5700 naming scheme. Awesome. So anyways, the 3600 6-core, 3700X 8-core, and 3900X 12-core are all the rage right now. Now, I'm not going to be completely AMD fanboy here. For all-out gaming, for just gaming performance alone, the 9900K is still the king. And for multi-threaded performance, it still basically holds its own extremely well, even in comparison to all these. It's still a beast no matter what. So, don't get me wrong here. But these new AMD CPUs, just the way that they are in the product stack, where they are in terms of value for the money and all that, they make the 9900K look just a little dumb. However, the new 3000 series CPUs have closed the gap so much, have narrowed that gap so much, that the better value that these Ryzen CPUs present make them undeniable. The 3900X with its 12 cores and 24 threads performs in gaming anywhere between a 7700K and a 9900K, which is very solid in terms of gaming performance. But it also stomps all over the i9-7920X on the Intel X299 platform in every category. It beats it in gaming, and it beats it in workload scenarios as well. And that CPU costs twice as much as the 3900X. So think about that for a second. The story is much the same when it comes to the 8-core 3700X and its Intel X299 equivalent, as well as the 9900K, and then again for the 3600 6-core. So what we get is outstanding gaming and mixed use performance at a great value. $200 for the 3600 6-core, $329 for the 3700X 8-core, and $500 for the 3900X 12-core. Man. Majority of people, something like Intel, freaking chica. Sure, they won't overclock all that great, and on standard cooling, AIOs, high-end air cooling, stuff like that, you haven't really seen over 4.3, 4.4, maybe 4.5 gigahertz if you're lucky. And these could use a bit more frequency to truly top Intel, but as it is, they're still pretty great. Now, if you're using Precision Boost Overdrive and XFR, for the most part, in a lot of situations, they could outperform a manual overclock. So for the majority of users who have a board that supports PBO and XFR, turn them on, and whatever feature that you need to get them to make sure that they're on and working at their best, do that, because at that point you won't even really need to manually overclock. You won't have to worry about any instability issues or anything like that, and you'll know you have a rock solid system getting the best performance that you can from the motherboard and the CPU and that feature set. So shifting to the GPU side of things, the 5700 and 5700 XT have, because of the price drops actually, have come up with a brand new value-oriented solution. Now the 5700 XT at, was it $399, costs as much as an RTX 2060 Super, which is on the heels roughly equivalent to an RTX 2070. However, reviews and benchmarks and all the information that has come out on the 5700 XT has it more competitive with the RTX 2070 Super, which is right behind an RTX 2080. So at $399, you have a 5700 XT that's maybe 10% slower than an RTX 2070 Super, which puts it around 10% slower than an RTX 2080. Both of those cost significantly more than the 5700 XT, so that's really, really awesome. The 5700 at $349 costs the same as an RTX 2060, and it outperforms it. So it lies somewhere between a 2060 and a 2060 Super in terms of performance, which is fantastic because you're beating its equivalent at the same price point, and you can't really argue that. Now, NVIDIA does have advantages in other things, so if you take advantage of the Turing NVENC, the updated encoder on the cards for streaming or anything like that, or any RTX features, then, you know, Team Green might still be the way to go for you guys. But if you're looking for all-out gaming performance for the money, the 5700 and 5700 XT are pretty undeniable as well. So I say again, it's an awesome time to be a PC gamer and into PC and hardware tech, my friends. So a little bit of a talking head video for you guys, more on Ryzen and the Radeon cards and all that stuff. I did mention the APUs, which are a fantastic value because of the increased frequencies on the GPU side of things with the APUs. It's great. You can get a 3400G for around 150 bucks, and they can perform pretty good for a system that doesn't have an actual dedicated GPU. That's really great. 4 cores, 8 threads, Zen Plus architecture. You get better memory support and all that stuff. Yeah, but you know, the APUs that really interest me are they're gonna be the Navi APUs that have the Zen 2 cores in them. That is gonna be significant. Anyways, what do you guys think about the Ryzen launches? What do you guys think about the CPUs, the GPUs, or anything like that? Are you planning on getting a Ryzen CPU or a Radeon 5700 series graphics cards? I have a 3900X on the way, and I can't wait to build that system out and show it to you guys. This is Chris Coalition Gaming. Make sure you follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Join our Discord link down below, and make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. We love it if you guys subscribe. Help pump those numbers and get us noticed by some of the bigger manufacturers so we can bring more content to you guys. It would be awesome. Then again, Chris Coalition Gaming. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.